Alright, this is really nerve-wracking and alright, so hi guys, today I'm going to be doing the stripped down no cuts challenge where I don't put any cuts, no editing, no music in the background of my video, and it's really hard. It's a lot harder than you think it is. Looking at me, you're like, why are you so nervous? But it's really hard. So I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes because that'll give me some time. Might be more, might be less, who knows. But I'm just going to be talking about some things that are on my mind today. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm not wearing makeup, so that's kind of stripped down, sort of. And I put my hair back so that I won't be messing with it the entire time, won't be doing this all the time, just so that I can talk. Alright, so this is really hard. I'm going to be talking about school and me being a senior. I'm a senior in high school. I'm 18, so I'm a senior. And just insecurities and different stuff like that have been on my mind that I just want to talk about. So I'm going to start out with a story about when I was in 8th or 9th grade, maybe 9th grade, and I was really insecure in school. I didn't talk. I was scared of what everyone thought about me. I thought, what are you thinking about me? If I just saw anyone, I'd just be like, I wonder what they think about me. And I was just really insecure about myself, how I looked, how I acted, how I talked, everything. And I didn't really get bullied in school, but the people that did bully were more teachers and guys than girls, which is kind of surprising. But one time I was at my locker. This is just an example of how it can be. But one time I was at my locker, and it was right next to a classroom. And I was just at my locker. I had my Ugg boots on. You remember when the Ugg boots were like super in? And so I was wearing my Ugg boots. I was like, yes. And I was just standing at my locker, and a teacher walks out of his room. And he always stands like next to my locker, just standing there. And he looked at me and he was like, your feet are really big. And my feet aren't that big. Like they're not like size 2. I wear like 9s, which I don't think that's too big. But he just went up to me and was like, wow, your feet are really big. And I've always been sort of insecure about my feet being big because, like, you know, Cinderella's feet were really small and everyone's like, oh, small and dainty feet or whatever. So it was right before school was over when he said that. And I just looked at him and I was like, okay. And I went home and I cried about that. And it doesn't sound like a big deal to you probably, but it was like a big deal for me. It was like a teacher says stuff like that. And he didn't know what had been going on. He didn't know I was insecure about it probably. He probably thought he was just joking about it. But if you say stuff like that, then you never know what the other person thinks about it themselves. So yeah, teachers would say stuff that they probably didn't think would be rude, but it came off as like rude and kind of bullying to me. And the girls at my school they didn't bully really. It would just be the looks, you know, like the kind of look. But yeah, I didn't really get bullied by girls. It was guys. They'll mess with each other and they'll say stuff about each other, like guys like, oh, you look stupid today, all that stuff. But they started saying stuff about me. It happened a lot through middle school, and they would say stuff about my arms. I don't have like a lot of hair on my arms, but I have like some. But I've always been like, that's probably the most insecure thing, the thing that makes me most insecure about myself is It's probably my arms. I know it's easy to change. You can just shave it and stuff, but I barely can shave my legs. My legs are really long and large, so not large, but they're long, and I just don't have time to shave my arms, and I don't really want to. I just don't. I'm not like into that. So if you do, that's okay, but I'm just not really into it. And they would say stuff like, ew, you look at your arms, all this stuff, and I've just always been, I don't know, it makes me really insecure. But yeah, just that's not the reason why I left school. That's not why I left school, is because I got bullied. I didn't really get bullied. Lots of people got bullied way worse than me. I'm not trying to tell a sob story like, oh, so sad, Maddison. But it's just something that's been on my mind lately. Like, why did I really leave school? I left school for a lot of reasons. Like, I homeschool now, in case you didn't know. I didn't just drop out. I homeschool now. And yeah, that's not the reason why I did. But there were just a lot of reasons put together why I did. And yeah. But what else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about being a senior in high school. If you don't live in the U.S., then a senior in high school is the year before you go off to college, or before you decide what you want to do with the rest of your entire life, when you're supposed to know what you want to do with your life. And I always heard people, and they're like, yeah, it's really pressured when you're a senior, like, you're expected to do stuff and like all this stuff. And now I'm like, wow, that's actually really true. I used to be like, no. But now that I'm here, it's like every day it's like pressure. Like, you need to apply to colleges. You have to go to college. You have to know what you want to do. I know a lot of people that already know what they want to do. I don't know anyone really that doesn't know, like, or have some idea of what they want to do. And that really scares me, because I don't really know what I want to do. I sort of do, but it's not what everyone else wants me to do, which puts a lot of pressure on you when your parents and teachers and adults and everyone is just like, go to college, you'll find out what you want to do there, you'll do that, that's what you have to do, don't take a year off. I've had people my age, they'll be like, don't take a year off, it'll mess up everything, don't do this, because I've been thinking about, none of this is like, this is what I'm going to do, but I've been thinking about taking a year off of school, like a gap year, if that's what you want to call it. But everyone's like, whoa, that's going to mess you up. But I just wanted to try out things that I actually like doing. I have had this is probably going to sound like really weird if you're like an adult or something, but I have had no want to go to college. Like, everyone's like, it's going to be so fun, like, with our dorms and, like, living together and stuff. I'm like, that has no appeal to me at all. And that doesn't seem to bother anyone. It's like, you have to. That's how you're going to make money and stuff. And it's just a lot of pressure. So I really don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm just trying to ramble. No, I'm not trying to ramble. I'm rambling when I'm trying not to. But I'm just talking about some random things and stuff. But speaking of money, I'm gonna say this like very lightly. Not like, guess what I just did. But I've done this a lot, sorry. But I started making money on here on YouTube. And my face is getting really red. And so yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but I know some people that have, once they started getting paid, they treat YouTube in a different way than they did before, because I've been doing YouTube for almost 2 years now. In January 6th, I think, it'll be 2 years since I started YouTube. And I've not gotten paid at all over the past 2 years until a little while ago. I'm not going to say exactly when because the thing. So, but yeah, a lot of people treat it differently. Like, I need to get this up because I need to get paid, like so that I can get paid. I used to just put it up because like I can't let these people down, for the people, not for the money. But I know you need to think about the money, like, wow, this is kind of cool, I'm making money from making videos. But some people take their eyes off the, oh, there went my alarm. I'm going to keep talking for a second. But some people stop thinking about the people and start thinking about the money. And that can just mess you up, because if you stop making that much money, then you'll just stop doing it, and I'm not going to say you'll let down a lot of people, but you will let down a lot of people, let down a lot of people. And so, yeah. I was just talking about some random stuff. I'm looking at Honey Nut Cheerios, and it's making me really hungry. So, was that all I wanted to talk about? I think so. I forgot I can't cut this because I was going to look at my notes, but I didn't make any notes because I had to... Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some things. It probably sounded really sad now that I think about it. Like a bunch of sad stuff, but... Okay, it's really dark outside. That's probably what it is. Like, the gloomy weather makes me like, look how horrible my life is, blah, blah, blah. But the good part about the whole video was I'm finally making this sort of a job now. So maybe I won't have to go to college right away and try this out and put more of my effort into this. So who knows? So yeah, thank you guys for listening to my rambling. Hopefully you understood my thought process a little bit. Not really, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That my hands just hit together. And I will see you guys next week. Bye. That was really nerve-wracking to say it.